Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Green Couch. I hope you guys are good. I just came here to share about, or to talk about, or I'm just reflecting. Yeah, I'm just reflecting back about the solo trip that I took in 2019, and I thought of sharing on my YouTube channel. So yeah, I thought of sharing. Um, I took this trip in 2019. It was a solo trip, like by myself. A trip a long trip. I took a trip to South Africa, um, well, Joburg and Cape Town to be specific. But then mostly my focus was more on Cape Town. So I took this trip. The reason why I took the trip is because I had a lot of questions about a lot of things about my life, and I just wanted to get away. And so I took this trip. So I took this trip to South Africa, and I was actually emotionally I was in a different space where I didn't understand what is going on in my life. So I took this trip just to get refreshed, and this trip I actually got encouraged from another YouTuber that is about, and I was mesmerized about the whole word solo trip. So to me I thought, let me also just give it a try, a solo trip. Yo, wow, alone, traveling alone to a foreign country. So I thought, let me just take this trip. Let me take a trip like this. Maybe emotionally I will find myself, I get to find myself. I get to understand what is going on with me. So yeah, I took the trip to Joburg and then connecting to Cape Town and then back home. So um, Joburg, the main reason it was just for me to go to um, Cape Town. Cape Town was the one. And Joburg, it was just because I wanted to attend this other gospel show, and this gospel show was not even in Johannesburg. It was in another province, Pumalanga, Setuga. So I flew there, and then I actually and I booked. I flew there. I booked a transfer. When I arrived at the what do you call it, at the airport, I canceled the transfer, and that was because I was talking to with this other lady. Was yeah no, yes, because she was telling me, no, you know what, going to Seduka to Mabulanga, it's not even gonna cost you much. Like, I didn't say how much was the transfer, but then I looked at the transfer amount, and then I looked at the local transport, and then so I took, and then I thought, no, let me go with the local transport. So I took the local transport, and it was cheaper, but then the going, it was not pleasant. I didn't understand that this far to this far place, and then you have to take another transport, like, but in overall it was very cheap, to get there. It was really cheap with local rather than booking a transfer. But then I would encourage you guys to book a transfer. Do not go like booking, don't use local. Book a transfer. Unless coming back, book a local. Because coming back, it was straight to Johannesburg. There was just a straight local transportation, local transport, straight to Johannesburg. But then the going, it was, no, it ends here, and then from there you have to go to get another one. Like, to me, it was now. So yeah, I went to this gospel show in Pumalanga, Seduka, and then I attended the show. I was enjoying myself at the hotel and everything. I also booked a hotel there, and yeah, I actually booked the whole trip beforehand, like months before. I attended the gospel show. I met a very great people there, and I met this other lady, Jabulile. She was very sweet. Yeah, coming back, it was really smooth and easy. And then I was dropped in Johannesburg itself, like the city, city center, so to say. And then I decided that I'm not gonna look. You know what? Something that I have learned about traveling, not only like through this experience, but then what I learned, like even listening to, because I listen a lot to travel vloggers. Don't don't act new. Just blend in. Try to blend in. You know what I'm saying? Just try to blend in, And yeah, don't try to be I don't know, where do I go from here, which transport, no, 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 don't do that. Especially in Johannesburg, especially in South Africa, don't do that. Just blend in, try to blend in, and just have your instincts will tell you that this person, you can ask a few questions about it, about something or a certain thing, you know. Other than that, just try to blend in. Blend in, don't act new. Try to blend in. Took another local transport to, what do you call it? Midrand. Midrand. Doch man. I really didn't do a lot. I'm just here. It was Midrand. It is Midrand. It's Midrand. It's Midrand. So I took a local transport, but the good thing there, where like it was just driving on the highway, and then I saw the hotel. Like I saw the hotel on my way to, like, as we drove to Midrand. I saw the hotel in Midrand, and then I just stopped the car, and then they stopped, and then I got off, and then I got to my hotel, and then I checked in. I enjoyed myself there in Johannesburg. I think, yeah, Pumalanga, it was one night, no, 2 nights. Pumalanga, I stayed for 2 nights at the hotel, and in Johannesburg, I stayed for 2 nights, I believe, as well, because I didn't want to spend a lot of money or staying in Johannesburg, because my trip was for Joburg, actually. I mean, for Cape Town, not Joburg. So, but again, I thought, why not, like, for a trip, you know? And then I stayed for 2 nights, and then I traveled from Joburg to where? To Cape Town with Kulula Air. And yeah, so I got there. I flew to Cape Town, and then when I arrived in Cape Town, I was at a hotel called Cape Diamond Hotel. That's where I spent my 4 nights. So yeah, it was more like 4 nights there, 4 nights, but then I was trying to have, this is the main part. But yeah, so I flew solo trip to Cape Town. So in between, I was just there. Like I had what do you call it? City side, city seeing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, those red buses, ne? So I came there. I just had a city tour, so to say, and I was also late for the. I was late for, what do you call it? Seal wall, seal tour. So yeah, that closed on me, whatever. But then I was not bothered much, and then yeah, I had a very, I don't know, it was, I don't know how to explain it, but it's a good thing. I found it. I just find myself that I am fearless. I can do whatever, you know. To me, it was something out of my comfort zone, like really out of my comfort zone. Even the people that are, even the people that I mangled with by the time, because I lost connection with most people, which I'm grateful. They were like surprised. I mean, it was something out of the ordinary. Like, what, you took it? Yeah, no, let me see. And I just got to know about myself that I was fearless. That I could, if I put my mind to something, I can do it. Like if I really put my mind to do something, that I am gonna do it. Like I'm gonna do it. That I can do it. And the most thing that I was so surprised about it was just like, wow, I'm fearless. You know, you need to be told that, but I saw that in myself. Like some things you just need to be told. Like I know that I'm beautiful, but then you also need to be told by people like, oh, you're beautiful. You know, such things. Oh, you are very kind, but also you would know the I am so much fearless. So yeah, it was. And then the other thing, it was a risk. It was really a risk, but it was a good risk, because imagine traveling alone, and we all know how people go on with South Africa itself. like, yo, it's not a safe place and all that. And then hearing stories like, it's something, not hearing just stories, but then it's the reality of it. People being kidnapped, girls, I mean, all these things. But then I was fearless. Like, seriously, I was fearless. The only thing that I was making sure it was like, I do not get in a Uber that is not that, or something that I have not Uber that I have not requested. I was making sure, double checking with the number plate and everything, like that was the main thing. Like, I think most people that I also listened to, they got kidnapped and being killed because they got into a wrong car. But then with me, I was making sure that I get into a right Uber, like I get into the right Uber, and all those things. So yeah, other than that, it was the trip was what. I also experienced something. I was almost robbed. I was almost robbed. So, but then they were so obvious. So I got what on from the sightseeing bus. You can get off and hop on. Yeah, hop on, hop off buses, ne? Yeah. So I got off at the ocean, and then I was just taking pictures and asking people like ladies, especially ladies or couples, to take pictures of me and all those things. And then I saw this string. And then I saw these and then I saw these three guys, because we were at the ocean. Everybody that was at the ocean, like, okay, it was more like people were far. Not, how can I put it? People were at the oceans, ne? At the ocean, at the sea, at the seashores, ne? People were barefoot and all those things. Like, people were just taking pictures in barefoot and all that and all that. And I wasn't like with a group of people or closer to people. I was just like isolate. Like, it's a solo trip. I was just on my own and all those things. So these three guys, they come. So when these three, I enjoyed there at the sea and everything and whatever, looking at the ocean and like just looking like taking it all in, like, wow, there is God. Whoever says there is no God, look at these, like, ocean. Every time I go, like, so or wherever, if I see an ocean, if I go to an if I go to the seaside, I just look at how God is big. I just get reminded how God is big, how God exists at the shores of the sea. That the sea, people are minding their own business, and I'm there taking pictures and whatever, and just also ministering to myself as I look at the oceans and all those things. So these three guys come, and these three guys come. They are taking selfies, with each other. They are taking selfies with fully clothed. With I was like, I just looked at them and then I said, these guys are fully clothed, ne? With techies on, with sneakers on. They were fully clothed with sneakers on, and Kama taking pictures. And they started far from me, like they were a little bit from far away from me. And then I saw, oh, they're getting closer. Oh, they're getting closer to me. So I decided that no, I just took my bag, and then I also played them. Who's fooling who? Me, I have spirit of the living God inside of me. Hey, don't play. I took my bag, and then I just slowly but surely, and I saw the buses are coming, because you hop on and hop off in any bus, whether the blue bus or the red buses, the buses. So I was seeing one of the buses are coming down to come and stop, at the stop. So I just also played them as if I'm approaching them, and and then they were looking at me, and then the next moment I just started walking away, like with my bag a bit like this, and then your girl. Wow, I ran, actually. I ran, and I ran, like, I was running. I wasn't even looking back. I was just running towards the buses barefoot with my shoes in my hand, and just ran to the buses and got on the buses and just go sit up the upper, but toch the view. And then I just, bye bye, not today. I'm not gonna be robbed, not today. Devil, not today. You will not have your way. No. So I went to Victoria Falls. We came at the waterfront. I'm sorry. We came at the waterfront, so we stopped at it stopped at the waterfront. The other thing that I was doing on the trip, I was playing with my appearance. Like I was like, imagine you're just alone, and I didn't actually also vlog. So I was just taking pictures. I mean, you have this camera and you're walking alone and all those things. So to me, I didn't want it to raise any flags like, yo, she's alone and she's a woman and all those things. So what I was doing, I think that was around the time where I had short hair. So I was changing my look, like, So when I got at the waterfront, because I knew, what if they drive to there. So when I got at the waterfront, I had the curly hair on, and when I got at the waterfront, I went to change the whole look. Like I had a big bag though. I went to change I went to change I had my bare head now. I had my short hair, so I went to remove the curly hair, and I had my short hair on, because now they will come and look for someone with hair and all that. But then I was having short hair and just started walking the mall, walk around and all those things, doing whatever. And then I went to eat I went to eat, and I was just enjoying myself, going, just enjoying myself, looking around, looking at people, looking at the oceans, waterfront. How, if you have been there, you know how it is. So I just there watching, what do you call it, tradition dance and all those things, just doing the most, though the least. So but then it was so that was a trip that I almost got robbed or whatever, maybe, I don't know what. But then, yeah, other than that, I had a great time. I had a great time at the hotel. So I had a walk, like, from the hotel to a little bit far distance, just to see the area around the hotel and everything. But then I had to keep in mind, like, okay, I came here, I turned here, I don't want to be lost. And GPS, like, you know how complicated GPS can be complicated. No. So I had to keep in mind, like, okay, I turned from here, I walked from here, I, like, but yeah, it was great. And then what else did I do? I didn't do much actually, like, activities. I was just I actually missed out on the seal tour, so I wasn't worried about that. I'm most definitely going back, and I'm going to do the Table Mountain. And then the other thing, striking a conversation with unknown people, because to me it was like, you know what, I'm gonna see you right now. If I messed up the conversation, or if it's not, because to me I was just striking conversation with people, and then I was just, you'll never see me again, I'm not from here. So I wasn't telling them as well that I'm alone, and what, you don't do that. Because to me it was like, you'll never see me again, I'm not from here. So yeah, so the trip, I really came back refreshed. That's one thing. I think every trip that one take, you come back refreshed. I came back refreshed, and I came back to also, because what I saw about it was a whole, that is probably another video, like another video that I have to make about what was the issue, because I had issues, like I was looking at my life, and then I just, like, I couldn't understand. But then now in 2021 I understand, né? Because from that trip and up until, I would say, now, I started waging war. Breaking generational curses. Mm-mm. So yeah, but that's another video on its own. So I came back refreshed. I discover a few things about myself, like, yo, I'm fearless. That's what main thing, like, I'm fearless, I'm fearless, like, I'm fearless. And the other thing, it is different from a group trip. It's very obviously, group trip, you'll be like moving together, making decisions together, and your time is limited. Like, okay, we are spending this much time at this certain place, and then we have to move because we are a lot. We have to see everyone's want to have a portion of whatever. But a solo trip, you get to your own time. You move on your own time. You do whatever. You don't regret, like, I mean, I missed out on the tour, but then I didn't regret it. But if I had a friend or someone else, they would be like, yeah, we missed out on a trip, on a tour because of you and all that. And then the other thing that I would also want to encourage is that for people to do solo trip, ne? And you don't have to start like I always. You don't have to start over international, overseas. You can start with what you have. You can start home, especially as Namibians. We are blessed here. We are so blessed. Like we have so much to see in our country. You can start here. Like I was also at Erindi. That was really great. Yo, and that was another testimony. It's in its own. Erindi, yo, yeah. So I encourage people to do solo trip. You start at home. You start Swakop. If you are these people that goes in the group or to Swakop, try go alone and go alone also, and just try also to book. Don't I that's another thing as well that you can do, like book a hotel in Swakop and just go alone. Like I know, let's say for instance, you know people in Swakop, you know family members or whatever. They don't have to know that you're in Swakop. You can just book a trip in Swakop, and then you just you alone, like just you. Although it's your hometown, I mean your home country. So I encourage people to do that and to travel. Actually, travel is very educational than just acquiring things, material things. Travel, travel out, travel. So yeah, bye bye.